listen, we get back to Chicago, me and Natalie in our private conversation, I go, well, if he doesn't work out, I got a friend for you. Okay, it was.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book 91. We are talking to you guys about what you already know what it is. Love is Blind. Yes, we're talking to you guys about Love is Blind, episode 6. We're going to be breaking it down on the episode and what happened and giving our kind of response and our thoughts around the episode. If you are new to this channel, we're doing lives every single day, talking about Love is Blind each episode. I know I could just do it all in one go, but where's the fun in that? Where is the fun in doing that? Okay, so if you're new to the channel, do me a favor, like it, share, subscribe to this channel, and then click on the bell button for notification of the uploads. We keep it fresh, funky, and funny round here. For those of you who are obviously returnees, already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. All right, stay hydrated because the streets out there are hot. All right, we got a lot to discuss in this episode. I'm going to try and keep it to an hour for you guys. You already know I'm always going to provide a little bit of the clips, just so you guys get a little bit of context of conversation and get a little bit of understanding of what's happening in front of us, okay? So, you know, this episode... Well, this episode, it was given what it needed to give, baby, on all fronts. I've got so much notes. It's unbelievable. But if you're here, please leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know that you are here. This is an interactive session. Your comments will be put up on the screen, so don't say anything you're going to be embarrassed by. Look, we're going to have a good conversation for the next hour or so. All right, let's start from the very first couple. I want to start off with Deep and Shake, because then we can get them out of the way. There was a really inspirational moment with Deep and Shake that I really loved. You know, I was encouraged by. Okay, and it was when the parents were sitting around the table and the mom, you know, had a tear in her eye because she really appreciated her husband for taking care of her. You know, and I just said to myself, wow, you know, this is what I think everybody's looking for. Marriage is looking for something like this. You know, if you want marriage, you want something like this, you know, where the father and the mother, you know, are together as a unit. Now, I'm not trying to have an arranged marriage, I'll be honest with that. But everybody would love to have a situation where, you know, they were such a tight unit with their partners that, you know, it's just nice to be around. So I'll play a little clip and we get talking about it.
She is not.
One of the big things that drew us together was how similar our stories were growing up, but really what...
You know, them sitting around a table, having a meal, sharing, you know, bread like it's Jesus Passover Sunday, you know, it's nice to see, right? It was nice to see. I think, obviously, I think Deep's got his own, you know, issues with, you know, dating his own... you know, ethnic background. I think there's something there with him. I don't know if he's been hurt by something or something happened in the past or whatever, but he's got some kind of issue there. And I can give you a little example. You know, I can kind of see what he's kind of maybe potentially what he's thinking. I remember myself. You know, I didn't used to date Ghanaians. Not that I would not go and date them, but it always seemed like I never used to get on with them. I got a little mark around here, baby. What's this? Better get that out of your face, boy. What's that little mark there? Okay, it's just the sun. It's just the lighting. Okay, my bad. Anyway, listen. So, So, like, you know, I personally, you know, and I remember myself. I used to think, oh, I'm not going to date Ghanaians because, fam, anytime a girl or I approached a girl or a girl that I liked, she seemed to be from the Caribbean. It always seemed to be, right? And then I remember one time I wanted to try and move to this Ghanaian girl, fam. Yo, she broke my heart, blood. And I'm talking about she broke it, fam. You know the ones there from when you... and elbowed it down, you get what I'm saying? And that made me think, well, do I want to date Ghanaians there? Because you go where you're loved, right? You go where you're celebrated, right? And also, every time I met a Ghanaian woman, they always tell me, like, you're not very Ghanaian. So I just stopped going around them. I would rather just date someone who wants to accept me and let me be me. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was more invested in dating Caribbean women. Until then, I got a little bit older and I started learning more about the culture, learning more about my Ghanaian heritage, you know, trying to be more interested, you know, in my ethnic background per se, if you want to call it that, right? And as I did that, I started to realize I started being more drawn to Ghanaian women. Now, it could have been a case of when you're younger, certain things happening, and when you get older, you kind of realize. I'm not saying that's necessarily where Deep is kind of standing, because, I mean, it looks like the brother really don't want to be around his own people. Like, you know what I'm saying? He look like he don't want to be around his own people for real. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. There might be some deep trauma there. There might be something that really happened in his family. We don't have that information. We don't have that information. Do you know what I'm saying? So we'll have to kind of wait and see. Don't worry, Afi, I got you. Listen. I'm about the Ghanaian women now. Don't worry about that, baby. You understand? I'm about the Ghanaian women. We want to marry Ghanaian. You understand? But I ain't canceling out the Jamaican women either. You know, I got a love for them. Anyway, listen. Back to what I'm saying. But yeah, with Sheikh and Deep, I think again once more, there was a couple of interesting things I picked up about them. First of all, she said that she manifested this, and I was like, babe, please don't say that. Please don't say that, because you weren't saying that in the pods. You had a liking towards blonde hair boys. You know what I mean? All this I manifested this. Did you really? No, okay, fair enough. Let's say you did. You're open to it. But again, just like even Christians do sometimes, don't over spiritualize things that need to be taken practically. Like literally, don't over spiritualize something that should be more practical. What I mean by this is, so many people do this where they go, you know what, God told me you're my partner, or God showed me in a dream, God confirmed it. God kind of made this happen, etc., which is fine, right? Fine. But there's practical work that needs to be done. I've told you this already, guys. I learned that lesson, that you can't over spiritualize it. If you do, you'll be in trouble. Over spiritualizing means putting everything spiritual and then not using your eyes to see what's right in front of you, right? Like if the person's saying they don't want you, don't try to over spiritualize it. Right, do you know what I'm saying? Don't over spiritualize it. I even forgot about Shaina. I didn't even realize I forgot about Shaina. We have to talk about Shaina a little bit later, because her thing is mad. Like, her thing is mad. Okay, she's not moving with the Holy Spirit. Let's be honest. Just say you're in rebellion, and it's cool. We can move on. But I think someone said Nigerian. I'm still scarred. I'm not gonna lie to you, Nigerian women. I love you. You lot are one of the most beautifulest women on the planet, but y'all be trying to beat me up every single time I meet you. I don't know if it's a Yoruba culture. I don't know what it is, but every time I meet a Nigerian woman, you guys are trying to beat me up. It's not necessary. My sweetness shouldn't be getting you guys beaten up. Anyway, back on task. So, like honestly, it's the over spiritualizing the stuff that you don't want to do. So yes, you want to consult God. If you have a different God, that's up to you. I'm a Christian here, born again, baby. But if you want to consult your God, whatever. But you have to be practical, meaning you have to open your eyes. You have to see. You have to know what you need. You have to know what works for you and what doesn't work for you. If you don't know these things, going into a relationship, God or no God, you're going to get hurt. Okay? God or no God, you're going to get hurt. Okay, so let's be practical. Let's know what we need in relationships. Let's look at the different situations that you're going into, and really pay attention to the information coming your way. Someone said what about Zimbabweans? You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. Zimbabweans got a little bit of my heart, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Y'all got just a tiny bit of my heart. I'm not gonna lie to you. You listen. I went to one Zimbabwe party. Let me tell you something, guys. I had to start doing this. I said Jamaicans, I thought they were doing pasa pasa, but Zimbabweans, where you lot party, the way that you lot party, okay, do you know what? Jamaicans are cool. Zimbabweans, when you lot party, you lot males will be naked. You lot males will be naked, because you lot were just having sex. I'm surprised. I'm so surprised. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna be surprised. Zimbabwe people, y'all are freaky. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Anyway, back onto Deep and to Shape. We can put a little bit more in the clip and play it.
Made me take the next step and propose to Deeps was this overwhelming sense of calm.
Now it's good, when we hear Deep saying these things that Sheikh saying these things that that Deep gives him an overall sense of calm. Every man wants peace. Every man wants to feel peace. Every man wants to have a safe space, and I think Deep does that for Sheikh. I just don't think. Well, I don't think we know. She doesn't create sexual tension for him though. Sheikh is doing the exact same thing that Jarrett was doing to Ayana. The only difference is Jarrett can find Ayana sexually attractive, but he's doing the exact same thing. Whatever he's gone through, Deep is a calm energy to him, and Deep is becoming Deep is becoming that kind of person, who is a good collector of his mind. You help me sort out the things in my mind, but he's not drawn to her like that. He's not drawn to her like that. So I'm a little bit like, whoa, bro, he's not ready for her. He doesn't want her per se. Someone said, would you sacrifice the peace for physical? No. 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 We're not going to sacrifice the peace for physical. You see, there's a lovely meme that says, I don't want peace, I want problems. If you've seen that video before, it's a Ghanaian one. I don't want peace, I want problems. That is what mandem are going to say, right? We want peace, all right? But if you ain't good looking, it don't matter how good looking you are, I want problems. Okay? So what I'm saying is, he would rather take the baddest girl over the girl that makes it feel calm. If he's not attracted to her, right? Someone said, can attraction grow for men? I think in the Western culture, I'm gonna say this, in the Western culture, specifically, I'm talking about, I think it's very difficult. Men's attraction does not grow. I'm not saying men. There's not men that can't, but a majority of men, it will not grow. All right, it will not grow. And marriage is not seen as a I would say like it is maybe in the Eastern culture, or maybe even like in Africa. It's not seen the exact same way. But even so, men tend to not grow in the attraction like that. I'm attracted to you physically first, and I can grow inwardly. Women tend to try and, okay, they like us, they might like the outside, but if they don't like the outside, they like your inside, they can go from in to out. They don't mind that. Men, most of us, we cannot. Don't lie to yourself, ladies. Please, you're going to go out there, you're going to get hurt. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're going to get out there, you're going to get hurt. Don't do it. Okay? Don't lie to yourself thinking that these men can grow an attraction for you. He can't. Okay? He can't. All right. So what I also loved, again, like I said, was the family orientation with Deep's family. Deep has a very lovely family. Her mum and her dad are amazing. Mwah. If you're ever going to marry into a family, that's the kind of family you want to marry into. Stability. Do you see that? Stability, love, care, longevity, endurance. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's honestly, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And, I love the fact that, that Deep has that kind of background. So I'm really hoping that if Sheikh is not serious, which we know he's not, leave her alone. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Do you know what I'm saying?
That came over me.
That's what she is for all of us, too. So.
Well, I feel good about myself today.
It's just nice to see a good, healthy family who, are, operating on good vibes, that can chill and talk and, just get on along, man. It's beautiful to see. Because normally when we see these families on TV, all we see is madness. You know what I mean? All we see is madness on TV. So it's good to see a good family. I want to even play a little clip where the husband gets the dates right, fam. Like, I thought that was pretty cute. You know what I'm saying? I said I love that. The husband who's attentive and just knows even the date and the time. Man quoted date, time, place, bro. Date, time. Listen, get you one of those, ladies. Get you one of those, okay? Get you one that knows the date and times, okay? Let's get you one of this. Let me just play this clip here.
And then we had the opportunity to talk for like half hour. We got married on December 7th, 1986.
That's insane.
Mad. Listen, man said, listen, brother, he said, listen, sir, I'm gonna give you the dates, I'm gonna give you the times, and I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know. Listen, I remember the exact time as well. Man was quoting it like how people normally quote when a baby arrives. That's how it's like he conceived the birth of his marriage. He said, listen, this the time, date, the place. Okay, I know it all. All right, I know it all.
Wow.
At what time?
At 7:52.
Get you one of those. Get you one of those, man. But you know what I love, and the reason I'm talking about the parents, right, is because and this is going to be a lesson for everybody. It's going to be a lesson to everybody, right? Good parenting can make such a good loving family can make such a big difference in how a child sees themselves, right? And how a child will find a suitable partner. Now, here's the thing. What two good parents, one of the weaknesses they have to be very careful of is not to over fantasize the rest of the world, right? I think this is because I'm the question you're going to ask is how did Deep get to a place where she's so critical of her own looks and her own self? And you'll realize that just because you have two loving parents doesn't mean that you can't not have insecurities, doesn't mean that you won't have your own struggles, doesn't mean that you won't be out there and see things differently. But one of the things that a loving parental home needs to remind their child is the world out there is not like our home. People out there are cold. You got to be aware of it. Right? Some of the lessons that Deep might not have learned, a lot of us would have learned in the home. Like, yo, life is tough. Okay? Not everyone's gonna say you look cute. Okay? You're gonna have to firm it, get on with life. Like, so because you're wondering like you're wondering where Deep's kind of insecurity is coming from, and it normally comes from and again, not even just saying that, I'm also not gonna skip the part that just because I see the parents behaving on my screen does not mean they're always like that. Right? Because what we see on the front is, oh, they look lovely, they look happy, they're warm, they're welcoming. I have to remember that people can act very, very well when they want to, that was a bit of spit on my lip there, and when they want to put on a lovely show. Because I'm looking at Deep and I'm looking at her insecurities. It's a lot. Now, she was a big girl, and I get it, and understandably as well. So that obviously can play a part into things as well. So I'm just being very conscious of being aware, and I don't want to too much lift them on high and forget that these also little things can also happen as well. So that can also play with it. Someone's put here, not stereotype, but South Asian culture doesn't typically take kindly to overweight girls. Okay, that's fair enough. That's also something that could be taken into consideration in terms of what could be happening around her at the time to kind of, because you have to think these insecurities, although they're often also coming from out. There are outer forces, external forces that play a part in those kind of thoughts. So you have to also be aware of those kind of things as well that play into her mindset and the way she kind of thinks around that. So let's play a little bit more of the clip.
You remember that detail? Wow, I love that.
Yeah.
Ever since he has taken care of me.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I felt a little bit emotional at this point, guys. Okay, when the Marge was like starting to tear up, I started getting a little bit emotional, and I said, I'm gonna need me one of those. Okay, I'm gonna need me one of those. Okay, I'm gonna need me one of those, Lord. Okay, I see what you're doing for others. You're gonna need to do for me. Okay, I started tearing up, and the reason why I started tearing up a little bit is because if you've ever seen a good marriage, yeah, if you have seen a good marriage, you're blessed. If you have seen a good marriage, you are personally blessed. Because many of us have seen okay marriages, trash marriages, toxic marriages, and absolutely abysmal marriages, right? So a lot of us have grown up in environments where we're seeing marriages and it's not pretty. Though we desire to be married, some of the things that we've seen, bro, you not crying like that. You crying because, fam, you've seen some dark stuff. So when it's presented in a certain way, I'm gonna be, when you see the mum getting teary-eyed and saying thank you for looking after me. I know I haven't kind of said it to you, but thank you for taking care of me and that, bro. You have to acknowledge that, bro. That's a real thing right there, Do you see what I'm saying? Right? So that's a real thing there. You feel me? Like, so if you can find that, if you can find a loving marriage, I want to tell you, please take as much information as you can. If you can find a loving marriage around you, and when I say loving, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're talking about two people that are constantly working to try to do better for each other. If you can find it, I'm pleading with you, go and ask questions, go and get answers, go and get the know-how, right? Because they're seeing things completely different to to some of our parents, some of our parents' marriages, yo, if you learn from them, you'll be divorced by the end of the week, bro. Like, yo, you see what I'm saying, right? So, because there's so much unlearning we have to do. There's so much parental issues that our parents are going through just to get us to the stage of trying to just to survive and get their kids through, you know, life in general, you know, trying to provide, trying to survive the craziness of this life. That some of the behaviors that they taught us are toxic, are unemotional, emotionally unavailable behaviors, you know, teaching us, you know, ways to be super independent and not interdependent. You know, some of us are struggling with a lot of these issues that our parents have passed down to us, and we're going to have to undo a lot of that. So if you see a healthy marriage, please go and take that information. Miro says, toxic, oh my gosh, to the point I wanted my parents to divorce. Yeah, I totally hear you. Totally hear you. Totally hear you. Absolutely 100. You know, I'll be very frank and honest. I saw some things in my parents' marriage, and I confronted my dad about it when I got old enough. I said, listen, I don't think that was right. Or we had a discussion about it, right? Now, he sees things from a different point of view, and I understand, because when you're surviving, things are so much more different to those who are thriving. I must never forget that I'm in a place of privilege where I stand. Now, barring abuse, of course. If it's abusive, then we can't even, you know, just talk about that kind of thing. But, you know, if there's some practices that you don't agree with, you know, I had a conversation with my dad about some of these things. I said, that's not good practice. I'm sorry. I said, nah, I don't agree. I'm sorry. That's not good practice. And that's not loving. That's got to change. I'll say it again. One, to kind of understand where your parents coming from. Two, to understand where you're coming from. And three, you know, to formulate a new perspective of where you should go or how you should move forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be able to make a new direction. You've got to learn from the past and learn what lessons weren't learned by your parents. You know what I'm saying? So if you get a chance to, even if your parents weren't in a good marriage, asking them key questions to get certain answers. If you've got access to your parents, please ask them. You know what I mean? Get the information, find out their story, find out why if they stay together, why they stay together, if they divorce, why they divorced. Find out these reasons, right? Find out the whys, what went well, what didn't go well, what they've learned, and still that knowledge. That's how you become wise, right? That's how you become wise. You are to steal the information that they have and be smart and chew what needs to be chewed and spit out the bones that you don't need. Take the meat and let the bones be, right? So if you, I know some of you might not have great relationships with your parents. You're going to have to work through that. I don't know how you're going to do that, but you have to work through that. But if you've got the opportunity to speak to them, like, I'm telling you, man, get the information, man. Get it. Ask questions. Ask why this, why that, why that. Ask those questions and glean that wisdom as well. It'll be very, very helpful for you going forward. But let's get back onto the show. You know, love this client again.
He has been there all through. I can't thank him enough for that. I have never done that. But today is the day when I can tell.
And I just want to say, ladies, can you please not wait till you're 60 to tell me that you appreciate me? Okay? Don't wait till you're 60 to tell me that you appreciate me, okay? My future wife out there, please don't wait till 60 to tell me you appreciate me. Don't wait till you're on TV to tell me that you appreciate me, crying with tears, okay? I'll appreciate at 60, but you just missed a good 30, 40 years. You could have saved us some time, okay? Appreciate me from before, all right? Okay? Yeah, y'all get the little Valentine's thing going on, fam. Listen, I need a day for me too. Like, appreciate what I'm doing for you as a husband, you know? I want to take care of you emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, you know what I'm saying? Mentally, you know, sexually. I want to take care of you in all the departments. Please appreciate me throughout. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait till he's 60, okay? Appreciate me now. Because those tears are lovely, but, you know, I need to feel that appreciation from early, okay? I'm not trying to move like Shane. I'm just saying, can we be appreciated from early, okay? You ain't gonna leave us in the dust and wait till we're 60 on a TV show where our children out here trying to marry on Love is Blind season 45, and then, you know, you're gonna let me know, okay? Please, okay? Please, all right? Please. Please, okay? I want to be appreciated, okay? I want to be appreciated. But it's a good touching moment.
That's great.
Good job, Dad.
Yeah, I'm so glad.
Look how happy he is. Look, I'm telling you, a man. Listen, look, you ladies don't know. Some of you don't know. Some of you don't know this trick, man. I've told you, man. Look, some of you don't know this trick. I keep telling women, you've got the power in your hands. You don't realize. Positive affirmations and positive confirmations are important. Positive conditioning. I'm telling you. Look, listen. Let me tell you something. Look, when I do something right, look, us men are like boys, you know. Men are like boys. Look, if I do something right, tell me I did it right. I'm telling you now, I'm going to do it again. You know, don't keep it to yourself. If I do something right, let me know. I'm going to do it again. Men are like boys. Honestly, they're like boys. If you want, let's say for instance, listen. Let's say and do you know what? I actually learned this. Something that I learned, you know, I learned this when I was a young kid in terms of, you know, dealing with my parents and dealing with my dad specifically, right? You know, you have to find ways of getting people to do stuff for you without it becoming an obligation. Okay? All right? Listen, this is what I'm going to break down for you, okay? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to what I'm going to say to you now. My dad is very particular. When he wants you to clean up, yeah, he wants it to be clean. You understand? He's got a favorite phrase. If you don't clean well the first time, you will do it the second time, the third time, the fourth time, until it's clean. If you get it right the first time, you won't have to keep coming back. That's his motto. Yeah? So one of the things I started realizing is, yeah, when you're cleaning, when he comes over, he look at it, see it, and say, hey, let me show you how it's done. You're not cleaning it well. Let me show you how it's done. So I started to realize, okay, I see what he's doing now. So what I started to do, I started trying to be clever. I'll start cleaning and I'll half clean it. He'll come over, he'll see it, and I said, oh, Dad, can you show me how you clean this part again? I just need to know how you do it. It's because the way you do it, Dad, the way you do it is shiny. I don't know how to get it the way you do it. I'll start gassing him up, right? But I don't know the way you shine it, Dad. I don't know how you shine it. Look, by the time I've gassed him up, bro, he's cleaned the whole thing. And I'm like, you know what? Next time, Dad, I'll get it right. Next time comes, what do I do? Dad, I'm still not understanding this thing. Can you just show me again? Look, but I'll gas him. But because the way you do it, Dad, every time you do it, I don't know, it's like, it's odd. Like sometimes the way you do it, I can't understand how you think the way you do it, Dad. I'm gassing him. What I didn't realize is it's manipulation. Don't get twisted. I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to war, I don't fight you in your face. I fight you from behind. I'm gonna slash your throat from behind. I ain't gonna slash you in the front. Okay. I'll come out the shadows like Julius Caesar's killer. That's how I move. Okay. But what I realized is what I was doing was when he's coming over, I am gassing him up. I'm making him excited that he can see I'm appreciating him. Okay? He can see that I'm appreciating him. And as much as I was being manipulative in the moment, there was a key lesson to learn here, right? Because what I started to realize is when I would, and I don't know about you guys, maybe, and I remember I was on a live the other day, and I think Elodie kind of said this as well, right? What would happen is, let's say Dad says wants me to do chores on a Saturday. Like he said, look, Saturday is the day everybody comes to clean. Okay? Right? The other days in the week are to maintain, but Saturday is a deep cleanse. I want to see people up early cleaning. You understand? Saturday is a day. When my dad said, listen, Saturday is mad. Saturday, I want to see my face in the door. Blood, the door's not even shiny. You can't see your face in it. I don't care. I want to see my face in the door. That's his thing, yeah? Saturday's a day for him, bro. I want to see floors clean, hoovered nicely. I want to see the skirting boards cleaned, swept. You understand? I want to see you start to realize, right? Okay. You start to realize, okay, Saturday is a day that chores have to be done, okay? Now, you ain't going to skip it. The bath, the toilet, they all got to be scrubbed clean. All right, cool. Here's the thing. So, now, I started clocking from early, yeah. Exactly, straight that ego. I started clocking from early. Wow. Okay. I don't like being told to go and do something. Right? I hate it. Right? But now he said Saturdays for cleaning. I start getting up early. I start getting up earlier than everybody else. And I done my chores and then went to play game. Right? I did it. I made sure I did it well. Shoo. And as soon as my dad will be up, I've done my chores, bruv. When he comes, he goes, son, well done. I like you, man. You did it. Look, let me tell you something, yeah? I started learning tricks of how to make people do what you want. Because after I did that, then I can be like, Dad, so I'm going to go out with my friends later on. So is that cool, yeah? You go on. You go out there. You go with your friends. Enjoy yourself. He's feeling happy and merry. Now, some people might think of this and be like, oh my gosh, like, yes, it's manipulation. And part of it is, right? But this is also part of the game. And I said this in another video when I was talking about Married at First Sight. Obligations versus expectations, or should we say desires, right? When you want people to do something, you have to motivate them to want to do it. You can't start dragging people. You have to motivate them to want to do it. Now, as I wanted to go out, go with friends, go out late, play football, do this, do that, I had to try and get him in a place where he's going to be more ready to say yes. Right? So what do? I start cleaning the house. I start doing the dishes. I clean the kitchen. Place is looking sparkly and clean. I'm making it look nice. You feel me? The house is pretty. You understand? The place is pretty. You get it? So when he rises, he sees it's already done. There's nothing to stress about. Now I can ask you for what I want. Right? And what you'll realize is I'm trying to motivate him to make the yes smooth. Right? That's his weakness. You know? So exactly. And that's it, Andrea. Then you realize that both parties are willing, because you can't force the person to do something. I mean, he could force me. I'm his child. And I'm his child. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? He could force me to do it. Technically, he could, right? But when you get to a place where you're motivated to want to do it, it's different. And this is what we're talking about on Married at First Sight, about asking your woman to cook for you, and you're just saying, "I want you to cook for me. I just want you every day I come home, I want to cook meal there." But how are you gonna? Okay, so you want her to cook for you every single day. How are you gonna appreciate her? If she's going to cook every single day, how are you going to motivate her to want to come home every single day and cook? Are you going to do stuff that's going to motivate her? Are you going to buy some gifts? Are you going to clean the house? Are you going to do something nice for her? Like, you've got to think, what is going to be the motivation for somebody to want to, for instance, cook every single day? Right, I know we're doing a live about Love is Blind, but I also want to just help people, encourage people to understand this. There are things in relationships. These are the little tricks that people are doing in relationships that make it last longer, that make people do stuff. And I'm not saying go out there outright and manipulate somebody. I'm saying that, but what is the motivation for somebody to do something? Especially if it's a very difficult thing you're asking them to do. Like, what is the motivation? What's the trade-off? There's a trade-off. Are you encouraging them? Are you appreciating them? Are you showing them your appreciation? Right? Some of you don't even say thank you when people do things for you. That's madness. How can you not be saying thank you for something? Like, you be thinking, oh, you have to do it. It's your duty. You're not appreciating your partner. So yeah, with Deep and Shake, I'm looking at them. I love the calmness of Deep's family, but Shake is gonna move mad, man. Shake is gonna move mad. See, look at this, loving this, waving cat designs. Thank you. When I cook for my family and they say thank you, it means a lot to me. One of the maddest things that to me, and I even got told off for this some years back. We went round to a cousin's house, and my auntie had cooked all day. She had been slaving all day, right? And blood. When I went into the kitchen, the dishes. There was a million dishes, baby. I'm talking about dish upon dish upon dish. And I saw that and I said, you know what? I think a thank you is good, but I don't think it's going to be enough for me. For me, anyway. I want to show you appreciation. So I just cleaned the whole kitchen, scrubbed the place down, top to bottom, scrubbed it clean, bro. It's probably when I was like 15, yeah? And I went in there and I scrubbed it clean, done all the dishes, cleaned the plates, done everything, right? And when she came in, she said, oh, thank you so much. You know what? I had it in my mind. I was going to do it anyway. You know what I mean? I had it in my mind. I was going to do it anyway. So, you know, but the fact you've done it, I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Right? Sometimes sometimes we have to go beyond even a thank you, like doing by words. Sometimes just being able to do an act of service for the person can also be a great way of appreciating them. You know, there's different love languages, so you have to find out which one works for your people then. But, you know, just little things like that, people. I hope the men who are in this chat can understand that as well. Like, yo, we've got to appreciate our partners, man. You know, don't think it's a duty. You know, your wife is looking after the child every single day and you don't appreciate her every single day for what she's done, bro. Like you're missing a trick here, bro. You're missing a trick. The love can increase and the deepening the bond just by small little things. A thank you, maybe buying a card, maybe buying some flowers, maybe even taking her out. Something small just to show that you appreciate the fact that she does the day-to-day chores, and vice versa. Ladies, please too. Us as men, we want to be appreciated. If that means a gift, that means taking us out, that means buying our favorite cologne, buying us our favorite socks, whatever it is, let's appreciate each other. It deepens our bond. Do you know what I mean? Cool. All right. Let's move on. Like, you know what I'm saying? I done preached already today, guys. You know, it's not even excited. My guy David. You know what I'm saying? My guy David. So let's talk about another couple. This one here, can I be honest about this couple? You know, this is gonna end in tears, and more tears. Okay? This one is gonna end in tears. It's going to end in tears, this one, because where the discussion that they're having is mad, okay? And I wasn't happy. How do you have your mum as a psychologist and she's not, you know, checking certain behavior, right? You're absolutely right, bro. That's it, right? Absolutely right there, brother. Absolutely right there. Love that point, Faye too, yeah? If you cook and I clean, it's the best thank you. Love that. Let's go to Danielle and Nick. Okay, Danielle and Nick, because it is all higgy the hags. Okay, because there is a lot of stuff I want to address in this. So let me just come to this point, because I said this thing. If it doesn't get nipped in the bud, we're gonna be in trouble. Now, here's my thing about Danielle and Nick. Yeah, Danielle and Nick. Okay, the issue I have with these two. Okay, specifically, we haven't seen much of Nick's madness. It's more Danielle, right? Danielle, insecurity is overwhelming. And her self-sabotage is going to be problematic. Danielle should not be should not be dating. She needs to be on a bench. She needs therapy. She needs counseling. She needs probably CBT, you know, some CBT, okay? Cognitive behavior therapy, right? Because you cannot say this is accepting behavior and that somebody needs to be able just to be strong for you. We are not in that business anymore, okay? We're not in the 1950s. We're not in the 1980s. We're in 2022, where we know about cognitive behaviors and they can be changed and they can be improved when we get the help that we need. My problem here is that the mum is also saying to young man Nick, you know, to continue and be strong in it. And I'm like, you don't need to be strong in that. And sex is not going to solve the issue. So when the stepdad said, you know, have good sex, I'm like, in the midst of this conversation, sex is not what we need right now. Sex is now covering up the issues that we actually have. And guess what happened? When they left the place, we saw the real them. Right? We saw the real them. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking at it and I was like, what's going on here? Like, baby, we're going to need you to behave, okay? We're going to need you to behave, okay? Now, let's play a little bit of clip and you see what I mean.
She tends to jeopardize her relationships.
Whoa.
No.
I thought you were going to call me out.
I'm just saying. No. I know you. I know me.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Clearly, and also what's really a problem is, and not a problem, I want to say that they've done half the job by what they've said to us. They might have done more, but by what they said to us. Nick said, we have bonded on the fact that both of us have been in divorced homes and neither of us want to have a divorce again. That is good. We've got a motivation in mind. We don't want a divorce again. But what we also need, aside the awareness now, is the next piece. What are the lessons that we actually learned? That's number 2. What are the lessons we actually learned? Number 3 is, and then what are the new behaviors we're going to be implementing to make sure we do not follow that same pattern? I didn't necessarily hear that with their conversation. They might have spoken about it, and we didn't get privy to that information. But we need to hear as past the awareness, which is good because that means we can first start to move stuff. The next thing that we need, and we need them to look at the next piece, which is how do we move to the next part, right? How do we move to the next part? How do we how do we make sure we don't have the same repeat pattern behaviors? Because she has a very, very deep she's a psychology major. Yeah. Psychology major, you're absolutely right. She's not a therapist, she's a psychology major. Okay. Danielle has a very deep negative pattern of behavior, of thinking, when she starts to get anxious about something, or she's got hypersensitivity to any change in the atmosphere, any read of behavior. Suddenly, she's off on one. Right now, Nick is getting frustrated. I can see that. Again, like I said, I don't think he should have chosen her. I think his radar should have been going off in the very beginning, but now he's having to deal with it. I think he can see that there's not quite everything intact. Why he chose her is, again, exactly, yeah, that's it, Jasmine, as well. We've got that people-pleasing energy. We've got that savior complex, potentially. We've got the fact that maybe he too is similar to her in some shape or form, and that's why he gives her grace. Hey, Jasmine, no spoilers, please. No spoilers. We can't talk about the spoilers, Jasmine. I don't know what happens in episode 7, but no spoilers. We are only on episode 6, people. Episode 6 only, Jasmine. Please, no spoilers. All right, cool. Yeah, and so for me, I'm looking at it and I'm going, what? I'm looking at because obviously, like, that conversation I had with the mum, right? The mum didn't even think to herself, okay, you're a psychology major. Why do you not think that something's not quite right here? Why do you not think that your daughter's behavior is not normal and it shouldn't be accepted? I'm not a psychology major. I failed psychology, and I'm telling you that behavior should not run. If my son or daughter was like that and they're in a relationship, I'm gonna tell them, listen, hey, look, I don't know if you're in a relationship right now. I think you need to heal. I think you need to sit down and you need to heal. I can still let you go and do your business and still do your own decisions because you're a grown individual, but I'm going to tell you straight, you need to sit down and heal. I'm not about to tell the person, well, you need to be strong. No. You need to heal. You're my responsibility. You're my child. You're my daughter. You're my son. All right? You need to heal. And the problem here is the mum said, I am very similar to Danielle. When I most want to be closest, I push people away. Then you've got issues. You've got issues that need to be solved. We've got issues that need to be solved. And do you know what it is as well? I don't know what happened in the first marriage that the mum had, but Danielle's behavior is a high indication of just that, maybe being in a very, it could have been maybe potentially in a very erratic environment, picking up some of the erratic behaviors maybe from my mum as well. she can have picked up a lot of learned behaviors, you know, and that fear of being abandoned every single time. You know, I don't want to even go too deep in that because I haven't properly researched into it. I don't want to give you a false answer, so I'd rather wait and do a bit more research. I know we're talking about attachment styles, so you're talking about anxious, avoidant. You're talking about secure. You're talking about what's the other two? I always forget the other one. There's another one. I can't remember the other one, but the one that she has is the one that where blood you literally every single time you self-sabotage. Right now. I'm sorry. I don't think that attachment style, you don't need to be in a relationship. Like, you don't need to. You don't need to be. Not like that. You need to take time and go and heal. Right? Take time and heal. Okay.
You're just like me. And when I want him closest, I tend to push him away. I'm just making sure that
so you see, as you see, the mom says, you're just like me. I want to make sure that, you know, if you're in a situation like this, you know how to handle it. And you notice, and here's where it's getting tricky. Danielle said earlier on to Nick, or later on, you know, some of our conversations, you're not really sure how you know how to handle me. You know, because when I get into those places, you don't know how to handle me. And that's when I realized your mom has enabled you in the consa and quasya sempa, because your mom has not told you that this behavior is not normal. It's not acceptable, and it's not conducive to a relationship. That's why you're now telling your partner, Nick, you don't know how to handle me in this situation. No. Nobody should know how to handle you. Babe, you need to go, and actually heal. You need to go and heal. I need you, Danielle, to sit down and heal. Go find a therapist, a counselor, work through some of these things. And I think start to work through your anxiety and your abandonment issues. Because what's going to happen is you are literally going to self-sabotage and implode. Now, my biggest fear is that they get married and that's the implosion. The implosion now is good because you're not married. But if you implode, in marriage, it's even more dangerous. Someone said the mum was drunk. Yeah, con sapa, because this one is a problem. And the fact that Nick is sitting through this tells me there's a naivety there. There's an unawareness of the fact this behavior isn't to be saved. And sometimes you have to learn the lesson the hard way. Sometimes you've got your own savior complex. Sometimes you've got your own Superman complex that needs to be checked at the door too, right? And this is why I keep telling people, when you learn lessons, when you become healthy, when you start to see things, when you start to see that certain behaviors are not acceptable for you, you run away from these situations. Now, he'd been warned. If a girl comes to me and starts saying, degrading herself, putting herself down, look, I just look. It wasn't long ago. Yeah, I like to go. We didn't get into a relationship. I like to go, right? But her apathy, her absolute care for nothing, I was turned off. I said, nope, I'm not saving you. I'm not getting deep. I'm not trying to unearth the reason why you're like that. No, I'm not therapizing this situation. I'm not gonna be there. I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be there, right? I'm not trying to find out more and see, maybe. No, I'm not. Let's leave that one alone. Let's leave that one alone. If people are not in that space that they need to be in for you, leave them alone. Don't try to therapize the situation and save them, okay? Don't enter to therapize them. Leave them alone. It is not your job to therapize them in a relationship. Now, if you're friends, fine. But if you're not friends and you're trying to be romantic, do not therapize the situation. Don't do it. Don't do it. Leave them alone. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to say. Once you start to realize this, once you start to move for that, you'll start to realize, hey, this is not where I need to be, right? You know, Nick. The fact that Nick is still there is again a problem with him, right? He's gotta think, he's gotta take accountability as to why he's there. This is that Danielle has her own issues, but he's got to realize and conceive, why am I there? Why did I pick this woman? You know, why did I pick this woman? You know what I'm saying? Why did I pick this woman? Okay, all right, cool. They had another argument a little bit later on, which I mean, boy, that argument was a little bit tasty. Y'all already know the argument was tasty, bro. It was an interesting argument between the two of them, which just kind of sprang out of nowhere, man. Frick's sake.
Oh, all my flaws. Like, I feel like that's the one thing where I talked to him. I was like, I feel like he. I know, but I'm like, I feel like he doesn't like fully acknowledge them.
No, baby. Listen. Acknowledging all your flaws, baby. We don't need to acknowledge all your flaws. You just need, some of your flaws are not flaws. They literally need to be healed. Like, some of it. This is true. We don't need to do any more of the acknowledging of your flaws, baby. We need to start the process of healing. You know, healing. You know, we need.
What do you think are the things that are gonna turn me off or change the way that I feel? Because here we are, and I'm still sure.
Again, Danielle has started again. She started again with the whole issue of self-sabotage. Way thinking it again once more. Baby, what are we doing? What are we trying to acknowledge here about your flaws, babe? What are you doing? Huh? And again, we're back in where he's having to say to her, okay, what is it you think I'm not going to be turned off by? Listen, he needs to be turned off. He needs to be turned off. That's the truth. He needs to be turned off. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, he needs to be turned off. So at the end of the day, you know, he should be turned off, but he's not, right? That's a problem too. But also with the fact that if every time I've got to talk to you, I've got to be careful. This is where we start getting into dangerous ground, where every time I've got to be very careful now. I've got to tip on my toes, tip on my toes. You know what I'm saying? Why have I always got to tip on my toes around you? Why? Right? Honestly, it's too much. Every single time we get an explosion of thoughts, an explosion of Danielle feels like this is gonna. Babe, relax. I was
second guessing how you thought about me because you didn't want to talk about how much my family loved you. Like, that's a flaw. Like, I genuinely was like,
listen, because I've been in this position before, I already know, fam, it's exhausting, it's tiresome, you get bored of this, you know, you're constantly having to be in a place of defense, and what happens is you start to internalize some of this madness, bro, and think. And Nick is the kind of person who's going to try and think, what can I do better? What can I do better? What can I do better? And there's nothing he can do better. This is not the situation he needs to be in. This is not the situation he needs to be in. Doesn't need to be, right? Does not need to be, right? But Danielle is always looking for a reason or such to create a problem, because let me tell you something. There's a strange symbiotic relationship between this, when you're on abandonment issues, right, where you prophesy the person gonna leave you, and you want the person close, right? But as the person gets close, you want to distance them from you. It's a strange relationship in the mind of the individual person.
I was second guessing your intentions. I was like, if he's walking into this car not as happy as I am, he's not here for the right reason.
Now we've got, and watch again, I said this as well. Now we're going into the accusations. We did this before. The last episode we saw it. We're now on another accusation now. If he gets into the car and he's not as happy as I am, then he's not here for the right reasons. How does that add up? How does that add up in your head? How does that add up in your head? And let me say this again as well, right? If every relationship keeps breaking down and the men keep leaving you the same way, you have to ask yourself a question: what do I need to change? What do I need to change? Right? What do I need to change? Do you see what I'm saying? What do I need to change? And that whole thing, let me just play a little bit.
That's what I was thinking, and that's why I had to
So
say.
you think after 3, 4, 5
no,
weeks, I'm not
again,
here for-
no, I don't. When I was so happy about how my family thought about you, I assumed that you would be as happy.
And see, because of her fears, her anxiety, yeah, because of her anxiety, she is literally seeing the situation completely different, right? She's literally taking the situation out of its zone, out of the stratosphere. My goal is saying, hey, look, you know, look. Guys, please, no spoilers. I'm seeing you guys talk about episode 7. We haven't seen him with his family yet. Please, don't talk about episode 7 yet. Episode 6, please, because we don't want to spoil it. You understand? But let me just continue. So yeah, there's a lot that's going on. There's a lot going on between them two, right? Let's see.
I'm very sorry that I ruined what was, I know, a very important day to you and also me, because this matters to me.
Now he's in a position where he's apologizing. Now he's in, and that. Oh man, like now he's gonna be doing this forever. Apologizing, assuring her, trying to affirm her, trying to not do anything that will piss her off or not hurt her. He won't last long. No man can last long. This is literally a relationship that's going down the drain. But the argument was so interesting because he's like, and I can, when you're frustrated, I get it. He's frustrated. He's looking at the situation like, hold on a minute, wait, what's going on here? Wait, I've got a situation going on. I didn't do anything during the course of the action of the day, but then when I'm getting back into my car where I'm in my safe space, I'm coming home, and I'm letting you know I've got a bit of drama on my end with my family. Suddenly now you don't want me to tell you about my family. You want me to focus on the goodness of what happened. What? And so now what's going to happen is anytime he has anything emotional going on, right, he's not going to feel comfortable letting her know because he doesn't want it to piss her off. This is not going to last long. So Nick has to look at himself as to why he's even here. We say this all the time. There's accountability on both parts. Just because you dated somebody crazy, just because you dated somebody who maybe not, who hasn't got a good attachment or a love attachment, just because you dated somebody that maybe treated you badly, you have to look at you. Why were you there in the first place? What red flags did you miss? Why did you ignore those red flags? Why did you stay so long? You have to look at you, right? Because it's really easy to spot the madness in them, but that's fine. But why were you there? Why did you not see it? Why did you not understand it? Why did you not deep that this situation is not working for me? Right? So the incessant need to want to help her, the incessant need to want to be the savior, the incessant need to want to be the person who sees her for differently. Look, I'm telling you now, you can't save these people. You can't. Right? You're living in a fantasy where you think you can save these people. You can't save them. Right? They cannot be saved by you. They need to go away and do the work. Yes, Jasmine, you're absolutely right. Everyone around her is an enabler, unfortunately. You're absolutely right, Jasmine. Right?
Me. Like, if we're going to get married in 2 weeks, I'm not
I can't be playing F and they're going to block my video because I was swearing in it. So let me fast forward it a little bit.
About my family, and you want to talk about your friends? Okay, yeah. I've dated people with narcissistic personalities.
When she said that, I almost lost it, fam. I said, baby, this is not the right time, not the context of conversation to say I've dated narcissist people. Like, I said, no, because you're going to make it sound as if you're saying that what he was doing was narcissistic. And listen, she's absolutely right. She has dated narcissistic people, and I'm sure she has. I'm sure she has, because the narcissist is seeing an absolute prey in you. And this is what I'm saying. If you don't heal, Danielle, you are going to be absolute prey for another narcissist and another narcissist and another narcissist. You're going to have narcissists. You're going to have narcissists all over the shop, just waiting in line for you. Who next? Because your disposition is perfect for a narcissist. So I'm just like, I'm looking at him like, oh, come on, baby. And this is where he got pissed off.
And I was just like, fuck.
Just because we were at your family's house yesterday doesn't mean that, like, I didn't have family.
Now, unfortunately, what's happened here, what Nick could have done differently just here is just calm the energy down and let her, and it's very difficult because you're in a moment, I get it, could have calmed things down. Yeah, that's the truth, right? He should have said, let me return this conversation later on. You're actually right. That's what I was going to say. You know, return to this conversation a bit later on, because you know, nothing was going to go through her head at that point, right? And in the end, look who walked away, because it weren't him.
And if that's how you feel about me, then
Okay.
And all of this, let me tell you something, all of this, okay, all of this is a ploy to pull him closer. All of this is a ploy to pull him closer. Right? Because she wants him closer, but she's gonna push him away to have that result. Ah, man, it's tiring watching these two, man, with that, man. It's tiring. Right? I said, listen, she needs to go and heal. He's gonna be apologizing forever. It's gonna be long. It's gonna be difficult. I said, bro, let's end it there and there. It's gonna be difficult. Someone said walking down the alley like Shiloh. Freaking hell. Listen, you're right. I agree with all you guys' points here. You know, and this is also, I love this point. Maybe Nick has some emotional unavailability. That could be true. He feels exhausted but won't admit it. That's also a potential as well. I think he fell in love with her sad story and wanted to be there for her, but in reality that woman is whack. Yeah, I agree. I think, again, remember, I'm saying this from a point of view that we're dealing with grown, mature adults now, supposedly, yeah, who are in their 30s plus. And when you're in that place, we're kind of assuming and hoping that you've had some dating history and you've become aware that you know what you need. And what you don't need, you don't go after. Right? That's what I'm kind of hoping that people have gone through, because then you can spot these behaviors and be like, no, that's not it. No, that's not it. That's not it. We should have never been there. You know? Oh, man. It's a madness. Anyway, let's move on, fam. I'm tired of them, bro. I'm tired of them. Let's talk a little bit about my favorite people. You already know who I'm going to talk about. Jarrett and Ayana. It's another one. Again, we're in the same position again as Danielle and Nick. We've got another situation where trust issues are abounding. Okay? And it's becoming problematic. And it's becoming an issue in the relationship, okay? Because people are not trusting their relationships. Let's have a look.
So she's definitely moving in with me. Like, there's no way that I'm moving into a studio.
Is this where the magic happens?
It is.
Now, they have an interesting conversation, okay? Because she finds a gift by an ex. You know, and listen, I think there's certain gifts that may be a little bit much from an ex if you're still with them. But this one, Bro, it is a jewelry box or watch box, blood. Unless it has his initial with the X initial, this shouldn't be an issue. Unless it has an engraving of the X and his name, this should not be an issue. We shouldn't even be arguing about this. Right? We shouldn't even be arguing about this. But it turns into an argument because Ayana has trust issues. And this is not about the second it's not about the second being second and everything like that. It's not nothing to do with the fact that he chose her second. She's had these issues from before. She had trust issues. She said that from before. She had trust issues. And now the trust issues is coming into play. Right? I've said this before about the first conversation I had where they spoke about burning bridges conversation. I said her energy coming towards that conversation is all about an ex. She's scared that someone's going to take your man away. Listen, baby, if you're that scared, you can't be in a relationship. You need to heal. You need to heal. You need to heal. All right? It's getting a lot.
This.
Who got me that?
Yeah.
My ex-girlfriend.
God, I knew it. As soon as you said, who got me that? I was like, oh, Jesus.
And it's like, who got? Why on your mind is your first thing? Why did who got you this? Why is it the first thought on your mind? Listen, I'm not asking gal who got you this, who got you that. I'll tell you when I did do that when I was 18, and one of my girlfriends at the time had hoodies that were male hoodies. I asked that question, but guess what? I was insecure. I'm sorry. It don't matter how you put it. I was insecure. And you cannot, at this grown-ass age, be sifting through man's drawers, you know. Sifting. You want to sniff his boxers too? And make sure there's no cum on there or something? Make sure you can't smell no female perfume? Right? So they're literally a couple stops short of Danielle and Nick, right? I think the difference between Nick and Jarrett is this. Jarrett gonna leave her ass if she continues. Jarrett will leave her ass if she continues. Trust me. He's already out the door already. But if this continues, he's gonna be out the door. Right? So I'm looking at it and I'm going to myself, okay, you know, you've gone through all the drawers. You've gone through his kitchen drawers. You've gone through his bedroom drawers. Whatever cupboards you've probably gone through. Why are you doing that? Who does? No, deep it. I need you to deep it. Who does that? Who does that? Who goes through every single cupboard, drawer, and everything of their partner? And we can see in the back of your mind what's going on. You're hoping to catch something. You're hoping for something to confirm that he's moving mad. Well, sis, if that's the case, you shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be in this situation. I want to make people listen. Maybe it's just me now, yeah. Let me just put it this way. I'm all good on people having our own shortcomings, but if I see this behavior, I'm out. And I'm out. I'm not wasting time. Because you're about to create a toxic environment. Hey.
Is that a problem?
I don't know yet.
It's a watch holder.
It's still a gift. It's a personalized gift. This meant something.
A personalized gift. Baby, get the frick out of here. Oh, a personalized gift, babe. Does it have the ex's name on there? Does it have the ex's name on there? Or does it have his name on there? What are we doing? What are we doing? No. Yo, she said I have high standards. No, I don't, I don't. I just don't have any time for bullcrap. I don't have any more time. I've done it. And the reason why I can be so harsh on these things is because I've done it. I've done the whole insecure person. I've been the insecure person. I've done the whole I'm a savior. I've done the whole I'm a white knight. I've done the whole I'm a Superman complex. I've done the whole let me therapize you. I've done all of that stuff, right? And when you start to heal yourself, you realize I've got no time for bull crap. I got no time for it. And I won't stand for it. And if I see it, I'm out of it. Either you're healed or you're not. And I don't need to deal with people that are not healed. So when I'm seeing them on the screen, I'm like, listen, we don't need to be here. We don't need to be here. We've all got hang-ups, don't get twisted. But when you're now searching my drawers, who got you the gift? I remember that energy. That energy there is somebody who's going to be possessive. He's chill on that, B. Chill on that, B.
To her and to you.
That was a birthday gift.
That means even more. I don't believe in...
And I'm telling you something, yeah? The way Jarrett is reacting, this nigga gonna be out the door. He gonna be out the door. Jarrett's gonna be out the door. I'm gonna tell you why he's gonna be out the door. The reaction he just had there, yeah, tells me everything I need to know. He gonna be out the door soon enough. He's going to be out the door because the reaction he's doing... he was like, when she said, it means a lot, it's your birthday, he's seen that more than once. He went, he gonna cheat on your ass. She's about to self-prophesy. I'm gonna tell you that now. About to self-prophesy. Self-prophesy. Right? He is already out the door in his heart, right? Look at a justification.
Gifts from exes. I don't believe in staying friends with the exes. The fact that he has like a whole...
And look, listen here. I think most of us can agree, right? I think almost of us can agree, right? There are levels of boundaries we have to implement with our exes. Some of us have got really good exes that we could call up and be chill with, right? We've got exes we can call up and be like, hey, how you doing? I've got an ex like that. I can call up and say, hey, how you doing? You right? Good, yeah? I could do that, right? So I totally get that. If I'm in a relationship, I don't need to be calling up my ex, hey, how you doing? I don't even do it when I'm single. So, hey, how you doing? We agree, right? Let me tell you something else, right? I said, things got there before you did, right? Can't complain about it. Asking questions of the origin of a gift is going to cause issues you don't need. Right? It's going to cause issues you don't need. They bought them a gift, a watch box. It's going to cause... What's the issue here? A watch box. A watch box. Some trainers, a top maybe. Fam, what would it be next? Are you going to ask where he got his shape up from? Like, yo, like, babe, you're going down a very dangerous lane, fam, where you can't come back from. The constant interrogation, the constant need to try and interrogate everything, little thing. The fact that you saw the box there and you immediately asked who got the box for you. Nah.
Personalized gift is like weird. Ain't nothing in here. I've already seen how he is with Mallory.
So that's, look, your issue is you're seeing how he is with Mallory. Let's deal with that, but you got to deal with yourself internally. You got to deal with yourself internally. You know? No, I hear you. Gifts do remind us of our exes, but they were there before you, especially if they've got especially if this gift has got a practical use. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's say my ex bought me a phone that I'm currently using. You want me to throw the phone away? And trust me, trust me. I've been there. It's insecurity. Look, I asked a question 2 years ago on WhatsApp about this kind of thing, right? And I realized my response was kind of an insecure one. Because when I really deeped it, what it really was, it wasn't about the gift. It was about the fact that I couldn't replace that gift. I didn't have the final, because I asked a question about, oh, what if your ex bought you a massive diamond ring or something, yeah, a diamond jewelry necklace, and I said, bro, like, I was like, no, you gotta give it. And I was like, bro, why am I getting vexed about the gift, fam? It's because I can't afford the gift. That's the reason why I'm vexed. Ain't nothing to do with it. I'm not sentimental. Bro, what are you stressing about it for? It's insecurity. It's honesty. It's insecurity. It's screaming insecurity. Okay? Someone bought your ex a phone. Someone bought you a camera. Someone. So we're getting. Why are you even asking questions about who bought the gift? Why? Right? Fabs 101 said he just bought another. I mean, sufficing that you can afford to buy another watch, and I mean, like, if someone bought them a diamond watch, you might not be able to afford to buy another one. You know what I mean? You might have to. You might not be able to do that. Someone said, "What about letters from the exes?" I throw that stuff away. There's no practical use for a letter from an ex. Nothing. Right? There is no practical use of a letter that you've wrote about me. No, there's nothing about that. But what if they bought you a car? Listen, I'm gonna tell you this straight. If my ex bought my if an ex bought a new girlfriend that I had car and she's driving it. Listen, I'm gonna sit in it. I don't give a damn. I'm not here to make it a big deal because I'm confident in what I'm bringing to the table. And if I've chosen correctly, I know that you're fully ready to enter a relationship and you're no longer thinking about your ex anymore. So maybe the key question here is, are you sure that person's ready for a relationship? Are they really fully done with that relationship? Now, I totally get it. If the gift is really expensive, you can't afford to replace it. You might feel some type of way, and that's understandable. But ask them to throw it away will be a madness. Show your confidence that you yourself know that you are the source. You're the lick. You know what you're about. Show them. You understand? Like, I'm not about to let you make me feel insecure because the ex bought you something. No. I'm not about to be in that position, bro. That was me before. I'm not about to be in it, bro. Now, obviously, if they start talking about the gift, like, oh, my ex was so amazing when they bought me the gift, then that's different. Then again, I'm probably with the wrong person too. So yes, with letters, they can be thrown away. They don't need to have letters. Should you keep? Question is, should you keep photos? I don't need to keep photos. These things are sentimental. It's sentimental, right? It's sentimental stuff, right? So I'm gonna say, look, I said it again. It's not necessarily how you're feeling. It's how you allow yourself to act in the feeling, because we all gonna feel some way. Listen, if let's say for instance, right, an ex bought my girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend right now, but if an ex bought a girlfriend, let's say a Bugatti, yeah. Let's say she bought a Bugatti, right? A Bugatti. I can't afford a Bugatti, but she driving a Bugatti. I'm not. Listen. I may feel some type of way about it, but I'm not about to show you that I feel some way about it, and I'm not gonna let it control me. I'm not about to let it control me. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not a problem that you feel that way. We're not trying to stop you from feeling that way. We should never stop the feeling, but when you start to act on that feeling, then we got a problem. So you may feel some type of way at the beginning and be like, I feel some type of way. But what do you do after? Exactly, Jasmine. And this is what you need to be confident in. And that's what I'm saying to you. Are you confident in the choice that you made with this person? Are you confident in it? Are you confident in the choice you made? Maybe the issue isn't the gift. It's the fact you're not confident in the person you chose. You're not sure they really want you or not. Someone said, I made it extreme because I'm saying, I mean, to be honest, if she can afford the payments, you're probably not in the same tax bracket anyway. If she can afford the payments for tax and the car tax, you ain't in the same bracket anyway. So you're probably in the wrong business. You know what I'm saying? You're in the wrong business. So I'm just saying, like, when things, you want to be very careful, like, jumping into things, man. A nice little watch somebody bought you. Someone bought you, put them a Rolex, and you know, a little Rolex. So, fam, enjoy your Rolex. I'm not even. And here's the thing: half these things I won't even ask where it comes from. Half of these things listen. I'm not asking where it comes from. If I see you got a banging watch on your arm, I'm not about to ask you who bought it. I don't usually ask those kind of questions. Or maybe it might come up a conversation where I say, oh, that's a lovely watch. Where did you buy it from? You might say, oh, my ex-boyfriend. I'm like, all right, cool. It's a very nice watch. Do you know why? Because once I've moved on, once I moved away from my insecurity to being more confident in myself and being more assured of myself and what I bring to the table, right? I don't argue about these things. I don't. Because I know where I came from. I was insecure and I know what that looks like. I know what that feels like and I know what that sounds like. Right? I told you this already. I had a girlfriend and she had hoodies from her ex. But they weren't her hoodies. They were his hoodies, which she had taken and not given back. That's different. He didn't give her a gift. She hadn't given it back. That's completely different. That's now got a sentimental attachment and value to it. Right? She just took the hoodie from him. But even when I look back at it now, I'm like, But if he had bought her a hoodie and gave it as a gift, why am I complaining? But if it's a hoodie that I own, like I know I've got some hoodies missing. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I know I've got some hoodies missing. I don't know if the exes threw their hoodies away. I don't know what they did with the hoodies, but I've got some hoodies missing. I've got some jackets missing, okay, that I've given to past partners that have not come back. So if they're wearing it, that's them. Okay, that's them. I wouldn't be doing that. If obviously it's different because girls don't usually give guys their hoodies. You know what I'm saying? But if you bought it as a gift, that's completely different. But if he gave her hoodie, he's worn it, he's given her the hoodie and said you can wear it for a little while, whatever. That's different. It's totally different. You know? Something that's given us a gift has different intention. You know what I mean? We have to. Context is very, very key. Okay, context is very, very key. All right, context is very, very key. Oh, man. That is a big one right there. My girl said, listen, I bought my £200 drug. I'm trying to ask her. Listen, I personally, listen, if you bought me a £200 hoodie, I'm a £200 jacket, I'm going to wear it. I'm going to wear it, and I'm going to wear it. I'm going to wear it, and I'm going to wear it. And I'm going to wear it. Okay? Right? I'm going to wear it. Yeah. Because it slaps. That £200 hoodie, it slaps. Right? So yeah, context I think in this case is very, very important. You know what I mean? I draw the line of hoodies. I hear you. Alright, cool, let's go on with the show. It's good conversation.
Just a little bit. I need to know that I'm the only one who he wants to be with. But if I keep seeing things and things keep coming up, then I'm gonna be like, okay, what is
Baby, you shouldn't even be there. That's the honest truth. You shouldn't even be there. So this conversation is null and void because you shouldn't even be there. You know what I'm saying? This relationship was mad. Now, let's get to the real madness of this conversation, yeah? Because the Mallory conversation that came up was madness. Okay? Madness. Let's look at this.
When are we gonna work on this? In 2000.
We said we would revisit in a year.
Now they have first conversation. They have a conversation about kids, about how many when they want to have kids, right? How the heck did we get to Mallory from Airblood? How? How the hell did we get from and that's what an insecure mind does. That's what an insecure mind does. It starts connecting dots that don't even appear aligned. Right? Let's have a look.
You really want to revisit in like 3. My clock is ticking. I can't wait to have kids.
Is that why you almost chose Mallory? Because she's more established and she can just have kids?
No, he never said any of that. He never said any of that. Oh man, listen, my girl said, listen, because I'm not established. No, that's not why, babe. Huh? That's not why, babe. That's not why. You know, listen. Because here's the thing. She wants to figure out an answer as to why she wasn't number 1. The truth of the matter is, he just had a different connection with Mallory, which he wanted to explore more. That's it. You trying to find out why they didn't choose you, it's going to really blow your mind. Right? Yes, you're right, Keisha B. They should just have a conversation about it. You know what I mean? Like, they should have a conversation about it. It's mad. Someone, Jasmine said, you can go to school and be pregnant. You know, I'm looking at the I'm looking at the situation. I'm just like, how in the world? But okay, there is some level of truth to what she's saying, right? In terms of maybe not necessarily being Mallory, but in the case of, remember they had a conversation about finances. Mallory said she had her own house. He was intrigued by that. He liked that. They were talking about investments going forward. But sis, you getting your masters, you know, you're trying to progress, you're trying to go far. Why?
No.
See, yeah, someone said it, right? This should have been said at the beginning. Before we said yes to the ring, we should have been asking all of these questions. Why we said yes. I mean, why he said yes to her. Why he was going to go there. Why. All of these questions should have been there. He did hesitate. I don't think the money is the biggest issue. But it's a part of it. But it's not the biggest issue, right? Because any question around Mallory, he's gonna be stumbling. Any question around Mallory, he's gonna be stumbling. So he doesn't. I don't think he's really deeped. I don't think he's deeped the answer of why he chose Mallory. Right? I don't think he's deeped it all the way through. Right? I don't think he's deeped it. Truth of the matter is, with Ayana, he connected in a way that was emotionally satisfying, and he dumped emotionally on her. And with Mallory, he actually wanted to chase her. He wants Mallory more, and that's the honest truth. He wants Mallory more, right? Because Ayana became his therapist.
Sometimes I wonder, like, what was the difference between the two of us? And I know she's more established than I am, and I know, like, it means a lot to take on someone who isn't as...
Baby, it's not that, man. I know, baby, but it's not that. It's not that. And baby, if you look at it from the perspective, I know it's a lot to take on something like, all you're going to be doing is trying to appease him. You're going to be in a situation where you're trying to appease him every turn of the corner. Lady, baby, get out. Okay, Ayana, it's time to leave the situation. It's time to get out. It's time to say goodbye. It's time to leave the situation alone. It's okay. Sometimes we win some, sometimes we lose some. But let's exit this before we get married. Let's exit this before we get married. All right. Exactly. There's another. It's not the money. There's another reason why he wants Mallory, and nothing that Ayana does is going to change that. Nothing. Right? Nothing she does right now is going to change the situation. Love that. Yeah, exactly. I love that. Right? Nothing. So she is in the Blanca de Blanc. She's in deep. Fam, it's mad, but there's gonna be no saving her. She needs to get out of the relationship. There's nothing to salvage here. It's over. There's nothing to salvage here. Let's talk a little bit about Salvador and old girl. Yesterday we had a good joke about Salvador and how he got turned inside out, left, right, broke a couple ankles with Mallory's movement. I mean, she really set her brother up a light. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk a little bit about, him kind of meeting, I guess the friend start situation where she had to meet her friends. It was slightly awkward. Anyone else think it was awkward? The meeting. It was a little bit awkward, wasn't it? It was slightly awkward, the meeting, like, and then he asked her to ask, when she was saying, when she said, I had a connection with two people, he was like, say the name. I said, it quickly turned into Destiny's Child. Say my name, say my name. Why do you want her to say the name, Salvador? What is that about? What is that about?
That's okay.
No, but it's like, it's so nice.
Well, it looks gorgeous on you.
Seriously.
Yo, the ring thing was a madness. How are they gonna bring up the conversation about the ring? The ring that he got wrong. That's the conversation. It was like, beautiful ring as well, and yo, hey, they finished me. Yo, they were giving her the business still. Yep, they're still uncomfortable. And say his name for what? Nobody knows. But I think with Salvador and Mallory, I know in the back of his mind, he does not trust her. In the back of his mind, Salvador does not trust Mallory. Okay? But because he likes her, he's going to ignore the fact he doesn't trust her. He's ignoring it. Right?
I absolutely love it.
So, like, this is for real. Like, the conversations that y'all were having, like,
Sisters, she can't even get the words out, but she's about to ask a question about, you guys had a deep connection, right? Yeah, exactly. Like, you guys had a deep connection. What was it like? Blah, 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 blah. And that's how it gets onto the conversation about Jarrett, really, because it's like Jarrett is on her lips. Jarrett's on her lips. And poor Salvador, he knows it, but it's like he don't want to quit the Tinkers. He knows that Jarrett's around the corner, but doesn't want to quit the Tinkers. That's why he forced her to say the name. That's why he said say the name, man. You know what I mean? The sister capping. Yeah, they are, man.
Who?
Oh my god.
Just
Quiet.
Yeah. I you know what is interesting, yeah? Because when he said about who, it's weird because who would mean nothing to the sisters. Like, who she had another connection with would mean nothing to the other sisters. Exactly. Thank you, Jasmine. Jarrett means nothing. So the fact that he asks who means that he'd been snitching, talking, getting into the face and telling his sisters about what happened. So when she finally admits this, it's Jarrett, the sisters can have a little bit of understanding and context, because there's no reason for her to mention a name, because it holds no gravity in the situation. Yeah, I think you're right, bro. Yeah, I think you're right. So, in all honesty, Sal, here's the thing about Sal. Don't be fooled by Sal's niceness, yeah? He's passive aggressive. That's the thing. He's passive aggressive. Right? He's not about to get in your face. He's not about to get aggressive in your face. He's not about to fight you. He's passive aggressive. That's his mode of aggressiveness. Is passive aggressiveness. Yeah.
Can't stand you. It was a guy named Jarrett. Okay. We were like very but I think he.
Yo, it's the way he turned this is a yeah, and this is a yeah. You know, it was a guy named Jarrett. Da-da-da. Bro. Nah, cuzzy. What are you doing, fam? What are you doing?
He felt a lot more strongly than I did. Yeah, and so, but we
and not mouth throwing Jarrett underneath the bus again about Jarrett felt more strongly than I did, babe. Come on now. You were just talking to Jarrett about the ring situation. Listen, Sal's not an idiot. He knows exactly. He's allowing Mallory to sweat. But you know, this is a bigger indication. Of if Sal wants her to sweat, maybe thinking that he can save this. You can't save the situation, bro. You cannot save the situation. And that, you know, I'm not about to try and make you sweat over a man, yeah, that wanted you. I'm not about to make you sweat. I'm not about to make you sweat. I need to be out of there. I don't need to be in that situation. I don't need to be in a situation where I'm making you sweat over another guy's name. Do you know the last time I did that? When I got cheated on. When I wanted to find out the truth about what madness you were doing, I was making you sweat. But I wasn't trying to get with you. I was trying to find out information. Sal, making her sweat for what?
talked about it, and it was so like reassuring all the time. I was like, we're doing this together, like we got this, like this is where I wanted to be.
Maybe it's really interesting. I think Salvador, you know, Salvador is playing a very smart game and clever game here, you know. But I don't know whether he'll win or not. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out and see. But he's playing a very clever game here. A very clever game. Yes, I believe so. He probably is trying to get answers indirectly. He's afraid of what she'll say. I agree. I definitely agree that, you know, as well.
We started like just trusting each other more, and like it was easy. It was really easy.
Yeah, that says a lot about just the connection and the chemistry between the two of you. So that's good.
She is robbing that ring, boy. You see it? She's out here doing this, bro. She gonna rob the silver off the ring, boy. She gonna rob the singer. Rob the silver off. She gonna rub the silver off her ring the way she's doing it, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I'm looking at it and I'm just wondering what the heck's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, someone says she's not trustworthy at all, and you know, we're not getting that trustworthiness from her, unfortunately, because she's having to lie in every situation because he still finds the other guy attractive. Right? This is true as well. This is true as well. This is true. Woo!
That makes me like relieved. Like, okay, the guard comes down a little bit more. No. You never know what to expect when.
There's a lot of nervous laughing in there as well, Kez. Like, the thing is peak. Can't lie to you. The thing is peak, bro. And I wouldn't want to be in that situation. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be in that situation. This is why you gotta choose who you gotta choose. You know? And I don't even have anything more to say because it's like every time we talk about these two, we got the same situation going on. Right? And you're right. If she was more attracted to him, it would be different. I agree. Sal looks weak. I'll be honest with you. Right? I agree. He's got to start trying hard. Right? Yo, free rubs and the genie of Jarrett comes out, man. You know, it's a madness, bro. It's a madness. So, yeah, let's watch the video.
Like, I'm just like, do you feel ready?
Yeah.
When I do this, like, that's it. Like, that's what I want, you know? And so...
Mallory, we all know you're about to have another conversation with Jarrett. We all know there's probably going to be one more conversation with Jarrett. We all know there's going to be one more conversation before episode 9 finishes and gets to episode 10 or whatever it is. I don't know. I haven't watched it, but I know you're going to have another conversation with Jarrett because Jarrett's going to have another conversation with you, and the producers are going to be smart enough to put you guys together again to see what you will do. Huh? To see what you'll do.
I'm very serious. I don't take these things lightly at all.
I'm really happy for you, man. Like, for both of you.
I mean, I agree. Mallory doesn't take things lightly. She's actually right, but it's just not the right relationship, and that's okay. Sometimes you got to let things go. Sometimes you got to let things go. Let's move forward. Okay, we've got one last couple to deal. I don't want my time to run out, so let me move forward. Okay, Shaina and Natalie. Let's talk about their situation because they had a good conversation. A conversation about moving in together, you know, and have a conversation about money. People out here wanting to move into houses and 401k. He doesn't believe in a 401k, sir.
That's smart.
I mean, do you spend a lot on going out and like
No.
clothes or things like that?
Where I spend my money is on food.
How much?
Oh my God, over like probably $2,000.
Hey! Where is Shane eating at that he spends over £2,000 on food? Where? Where? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know what love is. I haven't got no water left. I want to know why you're spending £2,000 on food. I just need you to deep it. What kind of money is Shane making, first of all? That his outgoing before rent, £2,000 is going on food. £2,000. Like, what's he doing? Sorry, dollars. You're right. Sorry, dollars. $2,000. Probably about $1,500 on food. I just need you to deep it, bruv. $2,000 on food. He must be making good money. I'm gonna give him that. He must be. Because for him to so confidently say he's making $2,000, I mean, he's spending $2,000 in food. 2,000.
Okay, Shane, we like can't do that anymore. We need to be like really aligned on like numbers and like what are our financial milestones.
Someone said he probably writes it off. He might be. This is true. It's also very true. He might do that. You know, he might be doing that. He might be doing that. So, whoa. Like, I'm just wondering, like, how that amount of money? Natalie's going to have to literally rein his ass in. $2,000 on food. Okay, 2,000. Right? You can't eat out every night. You shouldn't be eating out every night. No. You shouldn't be eating out and ordering takeaway every single night. You gotta know. You gotta be able to cook a little bit, sir.
And like, how much do we want in our 401k?
I don't really believe in 401ks.
What? What do you mean you don't believe in it?
I'm sorry. The Bible says a wise man leaves an inheritance for his children. My friend, 401k, whatever you're. Listen. You don't have a 401k? And you don't believe in it? Are you sure you don't believe in it, or you just don't have one? Are you sure you don't believe in it, or you just don't have one? So you want to spend $2,000 on food a month, but you don't have a 401k. Do you know what it's giving me? It's giving me you don't have savings at all, right? It's giving me you don't have any savings at all. That's what it's giving me. I'm hearing that, you know, that noise in the background, that you don't have anything in the savings pots. Huh?
I take risks a lot with that kind of stuff. So I guess that's where we are a little different. Like I take like taking risks. We can't just live a normal life where we just buy a house and put money in our 401ks.
He said we can't just buy a house and put money in a 401k. Listen, I don't mind. That's fine. Do we have any other investments we're working at? Do we have any other investments? Look, maybe he's investing in other things. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, like, if he's into real estate, maybe his money's going into real estate, right? But it's the way he's talking. It's giving a lot of risques. It's giving a lot of risque. It's giving a lot of risque. Yeah, exactly. Why was this not brought up in the pod? Like, why is this conversation not up in the pod? Wait, why are we not having financial discussions in the pod? Why were we not having financial discussions in the pod? That's what I want to know. Right? Why are we not having these financial discussions in the pod? Why are we being blindsided by a financial discussion after we've exited the pod? Right? Like, where did that conversation go? Because we would have found out about this a long time ago. You know? So I want to know. I want to know some more. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. You know what I mean? Like, these are all important topics that you discuss from the jump. I'm so confused as to when we're being more insightful about our moving forward. Yeah, maybe it was prohibited. If it's prohibited, I would never go on that. I would never agree to that. Why would we not talk about money? We have to. Finances are important. They're one of the sole contributing factors as to why people divorce. How can we not talk about money? It will be highly irresponsible for the show to do such a thing. That's not connection. Money is important to a connection. You see, going beyond the connection, there has to be practical reality. I cannot rely on chemistry alone, okay, to get me through. We live a life. We need to eat. You know, we need to eat. We need to be able to make money. What? We need to be able to have certain things. Nah, man. Nah, man. We need to be talking about money, blood. That's a madness, fam, for me.
I think what really attracted me to Shane is he's all of the things that I'm not. He is, you know, high energy.
Yeah, baby, that's the problem, you see. You're attracted to all that energy, but you weren't paying attention to the madness that he's bringing to your doorstep, babe. The madness. You telling me that, Mando, $2,000 on food? Babe, we're going to have to look at that. That's crazy. I'm sorry, that's crazy. That's mad crazy. What? Hey, you don't believe in 401k? Okay. Okay. But let's focus a bit more, because there's a bigger issue now. We need to talk about the villain of the show, okay? The pure villain of the show, okay? There's a big villain. Big villain, okay? Big villain. I kind of missed out one person. Let me even scoot back, because when you talk about, obviously, Shaina had a conversation with Kyle and ended up releasing him from his job. Yeah, listen, do you know what's mad? Yeah, the Shaina and Kyle situation, we knew it was never going to work, babe. You didn't need to go to your parents to have that conversation, right? We didn't need it. We didn't need that conversation, right? We didn't need it. But you dragged it out to this point with the hope that what? I don't know what, that you that you were gonna make maybe Shane jealous or something. Like, what was? My biggest issue is from both parties, right? Shaina knows that this was never gonna work. Kyle, oblivious and literally ignored that. Sorry about that. It's a big gap when it comes to, when it comes to, this situation, right? You both had different value systems. So why the heck did Kyle pursue this even further on? Why did Shannon say yes? Both of you are to blame for this situation. Both of you. Because you should have known that this was never going to work. Should have known. It's mind-boggling what people will do. So let's watch a little bit more of this then.
I like the fact that you guys are awesome and we can hang out. That would be the best part, is just getting to spend time together.
Yeah, man, if you like the outdoors and having fun, riding dirt bikes.
Yeah.
Being an American. Yeah.
Huh? Outdoors, out there, being an American. It's the racism for me. It's the racism for me. Listen, who says things like, look, if you love being out there, doing what you like doing, and love being Ghanaian, doing Ghanaian things. I've never heard anybody say that. Who says? People who do that are people that are very patriotic and more than likely the hard R word, right? Because what are we talking about here? What are we why are we saying the American thing? What the heck? Bruv, what is going on? Like, who says things like this? And you know what? When you look at them, I was kind of shook. I was shook. I was like, I would be shook to go into that house. I feel like I'm gonna have the film Get Out Part 2 if I go into that house. That's how I felt. Right? That's madness.
Yeah. Are you a godly man?
I don't know what that is.
He out here looking like the guy. Look at Kyle's out here looking like the guy from Twilight. The wolf. What's his name? Something Lautner. Something Lautner. What's his name? The guy that plays the werewolf in Twilight. That's how he's looking like. Anyway, yeah. I'm like, so I'm looking at it and I'm like, so if you're saying these things, and I see you guys in the comment section saying about also, you know, the fact that, you know, how she spoke about Natalie, potentially it could be, you know, potentially it could be also racist too in the way she's dealing with Natalie as well. Potentially, you know, it could be more than just being mean. I was like, wait, what? I can't believe they said this stuff.
You don't know God?
Oh, God. I thought you said God.
Yeah, do you believe in, you know, Christ?
Oh, no, I...
Let me tell you something, yeah? There are people like this who, you know, who are very much Christian and white supremacist. I guess we all got our sins we're trying to face. Let me not judge. I know it sounds mad. But there are racist Christians. Just like they're misogynist Christians. There are people who are working through their sins. They're fornicating Christians. There are people who are doing things that we don't agree with, who are who are learning how to unlearn their behaviors. Some people are Christians by just the name. They're not really Christians, right? Some people are Christians by name. They're not really Christians, right? So not everyone who says they're a Christian really is a Christian. But let's take this example. My thing is, Shaina, why did you allow Kyle to choose you when he didn't have the Christian background? I'm confused. If you're so on this Jesus thing, why were you there? Why were we there? You're right, Andrea. I hear you on that still. And I hear you on this still. You know what I mean? Like, why allow Kyle to choose you? Like, you know that he's not going to have the family background, the value that you need. You just have to say no. Yeah, and that's the truth. You had a personal thought yourself. Right? And it was selfish on your means. You had no instance of it being a good thing. You had selfish intentions. Right? Selfish intentions. Right? And the mum was like, she needs a God-fearing man that's going to lead her. God-fearing where? God-fearing where you come and do American stuff? God-fearing where? Get out of here, man. Get out with all that crap, man. Anyway, let's forward it to their conversation. It got mad here.
How long have you felt like this?
To the beginning.
You should have brought it up more then.
We really didn't have a lot of opportunities to do that.
We did.
Now, Kyle, what I'm going to need you to do is take several seats. She told you. You weren't listening. She told you in the pods. We have very different ways of dealing with things. You didn't listen. She told you. You didn't listen. She told you. You weren't listening. And this is what I said about Kyle being one of those nice guys. Look how angry he's getting now. Look how angry he is getting now. And it's your fault. Because you ignore the red flags. You don't get to get angry at her now when she wants to quit. It's your fault. It's your fault.
Yeah, in the past. Again, you're right.
We had so much time.
You're right.
We should have never made it past that. You should have never said yes to me. So
how are you saying she's never said yes to me? You should have never proposed. You knew what she was on. Demon time. You knew she wasn't on it. You knew that she wasn't feeling you like that, bro. You knew this already. Why are you trying to make it more than it actually is? You knew she wasn't on you. Come on. Let's not pretend as if you're innocent in this case, because you're going on like you didn't know. You're going on like you didn't know.
Seriously.
You're 100% right.
And you know what? It just feels like you've been lying to me the whole time.
I was not lying to you. A part of me was just.
Both of them are true liars. Both of them are true liars. She was using him. He was using her. They're both true liars. They're both true liars. Right? Bro, how are you not seeing the fact that she left you in a hotel, wants to go to another place, that you don't think that she was on you? Bro, come out my ear with that chat. Come out my ear with that chat, man. Come out my ear with that chat, bro. You already knew when she left you in a hotel, that should have been it. That should have been your thought process to know. Why does she need to say it completely so damn straight that, you know, even a blind man can see it? Why? Why? Why?
Conflicted the whole time. And again, it was like more of an internal struggle. Like, it was selfish of me to drag it out this far.
Yeah. And the fact that you're not even willing to try is bullshit.
Why should she try? Why should she try again, sir? Why? Why do you want her to try? She's not interested. Get it through your skull, Kyle. She's not interested. Not only that, you know, I love this. He did try to talk her into it, right? He was all trying to persuade her. Remember in the pods, he was like, oh, you know, we can make it happen. You know, we can make it work. Meanwhile, she's telling him, look, it doesn't have to be this way. I don't think it's going to work. Oh, but no, come on. You know, You were trying to persuade her. And I said it in that review. If you have to persuade somebody, right, then you're going to be in a situation where you are having to persuade them throughout the course of the relationship to keep on assuring them and affirming them. You shouldn't have to persuade anyone to want to try and be with you. This is not a business. This is a love thing. It's not a business. Right? Now, my only issue with Shaina is exactly what you've put here, is that she pretended as if it's a Christian thing. But who says that Shane is more of the Christian thing? I haven't heard Shane mention once about a Christian thing to Natalie. Maybe I've missed it. I don't know. But I haven't heard him mention it at all. I haven't heard it at all. Right? So I'm like wondering where you think that Shane's going to have the Christian thing, because he ain't mentioned it either. It's weird. Let's talk about the villainary behavior of Shane.
He wasn't the one. What are you wearing? What cologne?
Tom Ford.
I can smell it. I like it. I like your cologne.
Okay, so she had that obviously they started the conversation. It's mad. Listen, it's mad. Shaina thinks she's so slick, right? Shaina thinks she's so slick, right? Trying to get my man to, trying to twist Shane into liking her. Listen, Shane ain't gonna want to be with you, Shaina. I'm not saying that he won't try and do something, but he ain't gonna be bent like that. He gonna use you. That's from when I look at Shane. Listen, the guy acts like a fool, but he's not a fool. He's also a manipulator. So a manipulation meeting a manipulator, it's not going to end the way you think it's going to end, Shaina. You understand? It's not going to end the way you think it's going to end. Oh no.
Boyfriend or a guy?
Who'd you hear this from?
People.
No, I want to know who told
Natalie.
you. So Natalie told
I know. That's why I'm asking you. I'm asking you for your opinion.
Okay, so your fiance.
Obviously, he obviously brought up to attention the fact he had a conversation about what Shaina had told Natalie. Now, Shaina, why are you even calling Natalie? That's the thing that blows my mind. It blows my mind. Why do you even call her? Why are you calling Natalie? See, this is the difference between you know, old boy, what's his name? The difference between, Jarrett situation and Shayna's situation. There was a conversation that's happened when they were in the party, which Shayna's fine to do. I understand that. But you calling Natalie to try and embed seeds of Matt? No. You're doing too much now. Shayna, you're doing too much. Right? Yeah, exactly. She messed up. She messed up big time when she did that. Right? Shane is pissed. His ego is hurt. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
They told you that I said something that okay, so explain what she said.
Yeah, so she said that if me and her don't get along, you have a guy or like whatever, that finds her attractive or whatever it is.
See these things here, yeah? If I have somebody who liked my girl and we're in competition and you call me, the moment you chat any kind of negative, I'm going to end the call, bro. Because I don't want to hear your voice. Because you can't be trusted. I'm going to have to shut you down right there and there. You can't be trusted, so I'm going to shut you down right there and there. You cannot be trusted. I'm not about to let you have this space. No. You can't be trusted to talk anything truthful. I'm not about to give you an ear.
So it was completely taken out of context.
Sure.
And I would love, if you want me to talk to Natalie, I would talk to Natalie and call her out because this is the honest.
I don't want anyone calling.
Shayna thinks she's so clever. She's like, if you want me to, I'll talk to Natalie and I'll call her out if I need to. Shayna, you're acting as if you've got this man already. You're digging a grave deeper for yourself. There's so much entitlement and ego in this woman, and she's not even reading the room. You haven't won him over yet. See, with Jarrett and Mallory, Jarrett was easing it in, choosing things that were specifically that he can actually get on her neck, right? For instance, the ring situation. I know you wanted to go ring. That's smart play, right? That's smart play. But for you to be like, I'll even call out your girlfriend. What are you doing? Who's asking you? You're not even good at this manipulation game. You're not even good. You had a good start by calling Natalie and getting away with it. But then to come in to talk to Shane and say, do you want to call out your girlfriend? For what? For why would I want you to call her out? No, deep it. Why would I want you to call her out? Just deep what you're saying.
Going out, to be honest with you, though.
Okay, but I'm going to be honest with you. I did say those things. So listen, we get back to Chicago. Me and Natalie in our private conversation,
Shane, listen, I'm not saying that Shane won't do a little thing with her. Listen, I'm not going to say Shane won't do a little thing with her. Right? I'm not saying Shane might not do a little thing with her, right? I'm not saying that. Right? But he ain't never going to wife you, babe. Yeah? He ain't never going to wife you. Because you're disrespectful. You're not playing the game correctly. If you want to be able to manipulate him, look, go and learn from Mallory. Go and ask your age mates how they are handling the boys. Go and ask your age mates how they are really handling the boys. Because the way you're handling it right now is not going to work. Go and ask your age mates. Go and ask Mallory, how do you do it? Because you're coming in bulldozing. Right? You're coming in bulldozing. What are you doing? What are you doing, baby? What are you doing? Come on.
I go, well, if he doesn't work out, I got
Look
a
at
friend
his
for
face.
you. Okay, it was joking around, and I said something stupid, which looking back on it, I shouldn't have said it. And
Now you're in a position of actually apologizing. You see how Mallory did Salvador? Salvador by the end was apologizing. You are now apologizing. Look, you know what I'm saying? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. I'm
so sorry, because again, I was with Kyle. Like, I have no vendetta against you and Natalie. This has nothing to do with me or you or what happened to us in the pods dating. I don't understand why.
Listen, and do you know what's mad? Is that she actually implodes, bruv. She actually implodes. Because it doesn't take long before she actually implodes. Let me show you.
Bullshit.
It is. Hope it's not anger towards me or whatever.
I have nothing to lose here. Like, I had nothing but like, I care about you. You're like my number one.
She's beginning to implode. She's beginning to implode. See, Shaina doesn't have the composure to actually become the manipulator that she wants to be. She doesn't have the composure at all. All right? She's just mad that she didn't get chosen, and she's mad that someone else was chosen above her. Now, whether it's racism or we don't know. But either way, she's just mad that she didn't get chosen. And she has no composure. None. None at all. Because you're imploding right now. For what reason? None. Listen, even if you can't accept Natalie winning, there's a way to go about trying to worm your way in. You're not doing it. You must become like a snake, not like a bull. You understand? You must become like a snake, not like a bull. You see, you're going in there and you're bam, 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 knocking down doors and everything. You're not going to get in there, fam, and win. And then when it's turning against you, look what you're gonna come and say.
Well, you never told me that.
Everyone will back me up on that. I don't know.
Sorry.
Why are you smiling?
Because now she's about to go. She's about to go and start cussing their actual relationship, right? She's about to start insulting their connection. And that's where you start to realize, oh, baby, you're not good at this game. You're not good at this game. You don't know how to handle it. Look, I'm not saying it's right to go and break up people's relationship. I'm just saying there's a way to do it. And you're not even doing the right things. You don't have that panache. You don't have that finesse. You don't have that ability to do. You're not doing the right things, darling.
I'm shy.
You are so far from shy.
No,
I'm sorry about you and Kyle.
And Shane is loving. The thing is, Shane is loving it. Because he's loving it because he understands, I wanted you, you weren't sure, I got another girl, a girl that loves me, I'm involved with her, and you're losing out because, again, you're now single because you said you had Kyle and it didn't work out. So Shane in this position, he's feeling very, very strong. Right? Shane is like, I'm in a good position here. I got my girl was safe. You ain't got your thing, and I was trying to go after you, and you're now groveling. Keep going, because you're building up my ego in that, and you're building up my validation. Keep going. Keep talking. Keep explaining yourself, because you're only building up my ego anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Right?
I love Kyle, though.
Do you?
He don't love Kyle, man. He lying. He lying from the pit of his stomach, man. He ain't lying. And again, yeah, her Christian logic has gone out the window, bro. Her Christian logic has gone out the window, man. We all know that it wasn't there in the first place. You know what? I look at the situation and I'm like, bruh, what's gonna happen in the next few episodes? What I think could happen, I think something could happen between Shaina and Shane. I think something can happen. I think something sexual might happen. As for a relationship, he's not gonna try it. It won't be a relationship thing, I don't think. Natalie needs to not be trying to be more clingy. She just needs to let him know, let's have some boundaries. Have a conversation, and then insert boundaries. That's it.
This is the honest to God truth, okay? I don't know. I could say some things right now. I'm not going to say anything.
Why don't you want to say it? You said you have nothing to lose. Why not say it then?
Look at her trying to set it up like, oh, I can say some things, but I don't want to say anything because, I don't want to say anything. Baby, come on, man. Oh, when Nick was criticizing criticizing Natalie. Yeah. Nick has got a bit of that mean streak in it. It's got that kind of, you know, there's a bit of feminine energy there, man. Just a little bit from him. Just a little bit. Like, yeah, I feel like he's got a little bit of that feminine energy in him. Do you know what I mean? Just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Someone says, yeah, Nick was so annoying talking trash about Natalie when his own relationship's in the bin. I hear you. Someone said Natalie needs to be confident in his decision in choosing her. Stop showing how bothered she is about Shaina. Absolutely.
Nothing but the best for you. I have nothing but love for you. Okay, I don't want to see you hurt. I care about you, and I don't want to put you guys in your guys' relationship in that light.
And it was interesting. Shaina was at one point was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys are bored or something, but it's like you have to. It's like you have to put me in a relationship." I was like, she's trying to turn it around, but it's not working. Like, it's not about it, fam. It's not about it. It's not about it at all. It's not about it at all. I was like, nah. Babe, that's not gonna work either. She doesn't have any arsenal in the toolbox to unlock this to unlock him. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird.
You give the quotes. What's going on here?
Nothing.
You were all gung ho about talking now you don't want to talk.
This scene was dragged out, bro. Listen, she dragged this out, bro. She dragged this out. And it's just, Shaina's not going to let this go, bro. We're going to see the next few episodes of her trying. If he doesn't shut her down completely, she'll keep on being there. She'll keep on being there. You know what I'm saying? She's going to keep on being there. And you're right. There was nothing that was really achieved in this conversation. It was all about Shaina just kind of saying, trying to put a wedge in a relationship, but it didn't work. It didn't work. Didn't work. Shaina had composure like Darren Bent, blood. It was just poor, blood. A more Heskey kind of composure. Atrocious.
I'll say this to anybody's face. It comes back down to like our compatibility. You and Natalie's relationship. I'm like, if you guys think you guys are compatible, that is comical.
Whoo, that'll do it. That'll do it right there. That'll do it. If you wanted to lose somebody, that'll do it. If you wanted to lose somebody, that'll do it. That'll do it. That'll do it. If you want to lose somebody, that'll do it right there. Why are you going on so hard? Right? As soon as you start doing that, you notice that he zones out. He's zoning out as he's looking. He's not involved, baby. He's not with you. You cuss another girl, and the connection that he has means you're cussing him. I don't think you're getting it, Shaina. The whole point of trying to get him on your side to like you is that you don't cuss his decision making. Maybe you want to get at the other girl, cool, but you don't then finish the point about his relationship. Come on, man. Come on. Come on.
Time reveals all truth, okay?
Whoo. She got real desperate, and it was ugly. It was ugly. The desperation that she had, ugly. Right? And that's what we call dirty macking, right? Dirty macking. Exactly. Jarrett didn't downplay Sal to get into Mary's head. Shaina overplayed her hand. Considerably. You know, that's not how you do it. You know, if you want to move him from a position where he doesn't like Natalie but likes you, that's not how you move a brother. No. That's not how you do it. That's not how you convince him. And every time she decided to do that, he zoned out. You're too obvious. We want to be lied to. We want to lie to ourselves. We want to pretend as if we fell into the trap. And you making the trap so obvious means there it is. There's a trap. Fall into it. I want to be seduced into falling into a trap. You don't even give me that opportunity. Nothing at all. Shaina is basic when it comes to trying to draw a man out of a relationship. She hasn't got no tact, no skill. It's sad. You know, saw how Mallory did yesterday. We were there clapping for Mallory, how she twisted it around. Today, we've seen how it can go wrong when you don't have no tact, when you don't know how to sweeten your words, when you don't know how to, you know, make a person move. Shaina. Nah, man. Why would I come to you, Shaina? Exactly, Jazzy. You're not fun. You're not inviting. You're not nice. You know, you're not giving me any vibe that I should be with you. You're not, you know, there's nothing that's attracting me. Nothing that's tempting me. Right? Come on. Come on. Come on. All right, guys, we've come to the end. I've done 2 hours. I've done a bit too much. There was a lot that was going on. All right. Listen, like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of the uploads. We appreciate you guys for tuning in for 2.5 hours. It's been fun. I can't wait for episode 7 tomorrow. We're going to talk about it. All right. So get ready again for another live again about Love is Blind. Remember, we're doing episode by episode. Do not spoil it for us. Do not spoil it for your friends. Do not spoil it for others. Keep your mouth closed.
Little black book, you know what time it is.